Joining me now is psychologist Dr. Paul Englert. Good afternoon, Dr. Englert. Now, do you agree that Trevor Mallard needs anger management?
I think he'd benefit from having someone to talk to. I don't think that he needs to go through a full-blown course.
Or if Mr. Mallard does go along with the Prime Minister, what sort of treatment could he expect?
What people will take him through is just understanding what was the thinking that led to that action and why he thought that that was going to be the best course of action to take.
You've had a lot of experience in this field. Do you think Trevor Mallard will have learned his lesson from what's happened?
I'm sure that Trevor Mallard's thinking about what happened, for sure, without a doubt.
That's why he's away at the moment. Is Mr. Mallard an isolated case, or have you found there are lots of anger problems out there these days?
I think anger's prevalent everywhere, and it's not the anger so much as the reaction to it and how we choose to handle it. And that's what he's been called upon. He's not being called to account for feeling an emotion. He's been called to account because of the way that he chose to deal with it, that's all.
Now, you have worked with people who have anger issues in the workplace. What do people do about their anger issues? 90%
of people will either look for a way of letting out that anger in terms of going for a walk, things that are socially acceptable. It's very rare that this sort of situation would occur.
Look, just going back to Mr. Mallard for a moment, why do you think Mr. Mallard doesn't need to go to anger management?
I think that this is, if you look at this particular incident, he took a very considered approach. He decided, this is what I'm going to do. I think he needs to think through that action and understand that that's not a very good course of action. But this wasn't a spontaneous, uncontrolled response by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, what was it then?
He decided that what he was going to do was to take this outside and try to put a stop to the banter that was going on.
Thank you, Dr. Paul Englert, registered psychologist.